Judges and Ruth, the second and third books of history after Joshua. Judges and Ruth were chronologically immediately after Joshua. Judges was and Ruth took place during the same time as Judges. Both are in the Old Testament and are, again, in the books of history, which come after the books of the law, which we finished discussing a few weeks ago. Both Judges and Ruth focus on redeemers and deliverers, people who could take the broken of Israel and make them whole again. For Judges, these were the judges, the ones in charge of keeping Israel on a righteous path. In Ruth, that honor belongs to the single character of Boaz, a man who saves Ruth from her poverty and famine by marrying her. So what's in Judges and Ruth? Well, Judges is 21 chapters and has basically 3 parts. First, from 1 to 3, it describes Israel under the judges. From 3 to 16, we see a cycle of sin, judgment, and repentance, Israel apologizing for their sins, repeated over and over again. 17 to 21 show examples of just how bad Israel was getting without a leader. After Joshua, there was nobody really in charge. There are a lot of judges, the ones who saved Israel, that we see in the book of Judges. There are 3 particularly famous ones who I think are worth mentioning. In chapters 4 and 5, we see Deborah, the only female judge. 6 through 8 show the story of Gideon, who defeated an army with only torches and trumpets. Then from 13 to 16, we see the story of Samson, a powerful warrior who protected Israel. Ruth, on the other hand, is much shorter in general. It's only 4 chapters long, and they go basically like this. In chapter 1, Ruth's mother-in-law Naomi was left widowed. Her husband and her sons died, leaving her with only her 2 daughters-in-law. One went home, leaving Ruth to stay with her in a new land. In chapters 2 and 3, she meets Boaz, the one who would eventually save her from poverty. In 4, he marries her, redeems her, and takes care of her. Both of these books are about redeeming. God redeems Israel time and time again with the judges, and Boaz redeems Ruth from the state she was in after the famine. This redemption carries all the way to today, when we are redeemed and made new by Jesus Christ.